stupid logo. Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
In many ways, releasing Conker's Bad Fur Day was a gutsy move. It was crass, controversial, and featured an art style misleading enough to get parents into a potential uproar. It's likely a big reason why Nintendo didn't feel especially motivated to renew their contract with Rare in 2002. And we all know how that turned out. The game may have chickened out on signing Conker's suicide note at the last minute, but it definitely did its part to sign Rare's. But I think the most interesting thing about the game is how self-loathing it is. Everything about the game pokes fun at the company's decade-long legacy of platformers, doing its best to show just how arbitrary all of it is. Conker's just tired of it all and wants to get back home to normalcy, but everything in his way refuses to let him. The game is highly linear, having none of the joy of discovery or exploration of its predecessors. And while not every level works, it'd take a lot to forgive how annoying Bat's Tower is. The game's hub world, Windy, does a remarkable job at showcasing everything that sucks. The first thing you see in the level is an almost entirely irrelevant cutscene. You'll never fight this obvious villain, and there's no need to contextualize why you'd be collecting floating chocolate. But the area starts with this cutscene anyway, because it's funny, and Banjo-Kazooie's plot really wasn't any more complicated than this. Then you find this bee who you help for no reason other than helping people leads to progression in these kind of games. Then she guns down the wasp, stealing her hive with a turret gun, and Birdie tells you to read the damn manual, and then you slingshot some dung beetles, I guess, and spend way too long getting up this stupid mountain. These stupid worms keep biting you because you don't have the iframe. My point is, you start to realize just how horribly put together this hub world is. It's a hodgepodge of assorted ideas. There's some barriers that randomly connect this happy-go-lucky area into a military war zone. This windmill looks important, but you never actually go in it. This sign is bipolar and tells you nothing useful. But that's all part of its charm. Remember that this game opened with Conker drunk off his ass, and the entire plot is just about trying to find a way home. You're just as aimless as he is. The whole area is one big joke played at Conker's expense, as he's about to have the worst day of his life. The level is so segmented because Banjo-Kazooie was the same way. Why does this swampy area in Grunty's lair connect to an Egyptian temple? So it goes all out and makes the themes clash even harder. The mountain with the worms is a direct parody of Spiral Mountain, which was a nice, pleasant area. And for Conker, it's one of the most annoying obstacles in the game, right at the start, and it serves no practical purpose. The theme music is not what you'd think when you hear the term masterpiece, but it is absolutely Robin Beanland's magnum opus.
Thank you!
With 9 minutes of goofy, irreverent, motivic music transformations that perfectly reflects Conker's, I don't really get what's going on, but whatever, I'm not gonna let it get to me attitude. But all of this would mean nothing without Windy's crowning accomplishment, a giant pile of crap. Now, seriously, out of all the confusion that this level has in its identity, Pooh Mountain clashes the strongest with the happy hub world that you see everywhere else. Banjo got to visit Spiral Mountain twice, so Conker just went, you know, I'm gonna have two. And this one is gonna be total crap. And the other one's gonna be made out of feces. Yeah. If that would sell enough, you have to get a job here. And kill some sentient cows, because why not? And then your reward, after all that? It's a big ball of poo! Now push it all the way up the mountain while these beetles hit you with almost unavoidable attacks that you just have to damage boost through. In no unsettled terms, it's a Sisyphean task, one that's gonna grate on your nerves. And then you gotta dump another one on this guy's head. And look here, the level's even shaped like Yoshi to poke fun at innocence, see? Let me add some color to it.
Yoshi!
Definitely Yoshi. Totally. Or maybe the level's just getting to me. But really? That's what makes it so great. No one can fault Windy for lacking its own identity, that's for sure. Even if that identity is an identity crisis. When it's not literally making Conker go through tedious bullcrap, it's throwing out a joke about genre conventions, or asking you to question why you even go through all this nonsense. In its chance for one last hurrah, Rare made a bold move and threw up a middle finger instead. Smart? Not really, but memorable. And that's how you design for deconstruction.